Blackwing2040 here, back with another video, and I'm going to be doing another top 10 because turns out I actually enjoy doing these top 10s if you guys don't mind. They're really cool to do for me to express my opinion and everything. So this top 10 is going to be called my top 10 superhero teams, and let me just be brief. There are like a whole lot of teams in the DC and Marvel universe, like a lot. There were so many to choose from, but of course I only were able to choose 10 of my favorites, and I have a few honorable mentions I'll be able to mention. And that being said, let's get started, shall we? So, number 10 on our list, The Outsiders. Now, I was first introduced to The Outsiders in Batman Brave and the Bold, where I first introduced, that's where I first saw like Black Lightning, Katana, Metamorpho, Geoforce, and when Black Lightning is actually one of my favorite DC superheroes, not because he's black, but well, yes, because he's black, and he's like an older version of Static in some way, but he's also such a cool character. He also got to work with the Justice Leagues. That's how cool Black Lightning is. And Metamorpho, who can just turn into any element. Any element. That's really much his power. And Katana, her sword is a katana blade, and she's very quick. And Geoforce, whose powers are similar to Terra's from the Teen Titan, where he has the power to, control earth elements and anything rock. But yeah, so that's number 10. Number 9, the Justice Society of America. Now, I didn't want to put them on my list, but I wanted to, because they're pretty much like one of DC's first superheroes. All of them pretty much are. You have Jay Garrick the Flash, Alan Scott Green Lantern, you have Dr. Midnight, Hourman, the Spectre, Red Tornado, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and the list goes on. Like, the Justice Society was pretty much like the old Justice League, if I might say. Because every hero has like their early points. Some of these heroes were their early points, and which transpired to having like successors like Green Lantern and the Flash. Even though Alan Scott doesn't have really relation to the other Green Lanterns, his ring is totally different. But mostly Jay Garrick the Flash was pretty much the Golden Age Flash. He was the first Flash, and of course that's why we got him in the Flash TV show right now. So kudos to that. Number 8, the Legion of Superheroes. Now, most people are wondering, like, some people may say, who are the Legion of Superheroes? If you grew up watching the Legion of Superheroes TV show on Kids WB, then of course you would know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they had pretty much all, picture them like as the Teen Titans, but from the future. They're all teenagers, and no one knows who their parents are, but who knows? They all have one goal, and to protect the planet Earth, and they have recruits from all over the universe. You have Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, Timberwolf, Phantom Girl, Bouncing Boy, Triplicate Girl, and so many more. If you want to know how many legions, if you want to get into Legion of Superheroes, my advice: go watch the TV show. Go watch it. So, number 7, and of course a fan favorite, and mine as well, Young Justice. Now, I am referring to the Young Justice TV show, but I'm also referring to the Young Justice comics, because that's where Tim Drake, Superboy, and Impulse first began their team up together. And Wonder Girl. That's where they all started out. They were all just a younger group of superheroes, kind of like the Teen Titans, but in a smaller group. And they had some of their comics that they had were really pretty funny comics as well. They were mostly the crack up of the group was Impulse. Of course, he's the only one that kept everyone laughing. and the comics sold so well. And not only that, Young Justice also became such a fan favorite TV show for all ages, including me. Ever since that show came on, I fell in love with it. And then for them just to leave the show on a cliffhanger just makes me really think what the heck was going on here. But hey, business is business. That's how it works in showbiz. So hashtag renew Young Justice. But anyway, number 6, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, when I first heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, I had no idea who this team was at all. And then when their movie came out, pretty no one knew who they were. I mean, they had comics. They first appeared in 2008. I'm not talking about the 1969 team, which was from a different Earth. This team of Guardians of the Galaxy originally started in 08. And then here in 2014, they had an official movie, and it got so much praise. Everyone loves them, even me. Like, it was just amazing to watch. And right now, what I currently don't like what's going on with the Guardians right now is their TV show that they have going on Disney XD. It's just, it doesn't fit well. What they're trying to do is trying to fit the comedy that was in the movie into the TV show, but it can't work as well because, you know, in the film it was a lot more funnier. Here it's more cornier. So, and plus the show is more meant for a younger audience. So that's one reason I understand. But another thing I wish the Guardians of the Galaxy had their own video game, like their completely own solo title video game. Marvel, whichever company you choose, make a Guardians of the Galaxy video game, please, just please. All right, number 5, the Fantastic Four. Pretty much, the Fantastic Four has been around since the 60s. And as they say, they were Marvel's very first superhero family. And they were. Like, really, they were. Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, The Thing. They were all pretty much a family. Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman are husband and wife. Invisible Woman and Human Torch are brother and sister. Mr. Fantastic and Thing were best friends, but they had kind of have like a brotherly friendship. And plus, the Fantastic Four has been around since from generation to generation. Their membership has changed over the years. Like when they had that alternate version of the team called the Future Foundation, which happened after Human Torch died but came back. But the Future Foundation was kind of a spin-off team. But originally, the Fantastic Four always has a safe place in my heart. And plus, I also enjoyed the movie, the Fantastic Four movie that we got in 2004, minus that terrible reboot that we got this year. It's just, I mean, ugh, I'm not even gonna say anything else about it. That's all I'm gonna leave. All right, number 4, Teen Titans. Now, I got everyone who in this generation now were first introduced to the Teen Titans from the TV show that appeared on Cartoon Network. That's how I found out about the Teen Titans. And then years to follow, I find out that the Teen Titans were actually a comic book group. Were actually comic book characters. I should have figured that out because hello, Robin, duh, and Kid Flash, but it never occurred to me. And plus, back then, I never even knew Flash even had a sidekick. So, and reading the comics, I got to expand my Titans knowledge and see, wow, they've been around for years, and they really display the life of a teenage superhero. The Teen Titan comics were meant to show what was it like for teenage superheroes to live in a teenage life. Or I said that wrong. It's just supposed to show the life of a teenage superhero, not just out there kicking butt and saving the day and saving the world. It actually displayed a teenager's life, and they did it. Cartoon Network did so well with that show. And now we got Teen Titans Go. which I say that is for a younger audience, and I really do mean that. Don't get me wrong, some Teen Titans Go episodes I enjoyed, some were just foolish, but other than that, they're really good. Alright, number 3, the X-Men. Now, the X-Men, they've been around since 1963. They came out the same month as the Avengers, on September of 1963. And the X-Men they've been going around for so many years. You had so many epic storylines, so many cool members to go around: Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Beast, Jean Grey, Storm, Jubilee, Professor X, X-23, Warpath, Banshee. I think I said Banshee twice, but anyway, the list goes on and on and on. And plus, the X-Men has a fabulous share of films. Their film series is so brilliant, and we're getting more X-Men movies after X-Men Apocalypse. Can you imagine that? Who knows what other ideas that Bryan Singer might have for doing X-Men movies? Come on. And plus, I found about the X-Men from the 90s TV show, and you know how cool that 90s TV show was. I mean, that X-Men show was the best 90s, the best X-Men TV show always. That's all I gotta say. Alright, number 2, the Justice League. Now, I wanted them to put them as number 1, but you probably already know what the number 1 team is on this list already. But the Justice League had to be number 2, okay? Even though I was introduced to them in a young age from the TV show on Cartoon Network, and plus I got to meet the entire voice cast, and they were such beautiful people. They were all amazing people. And reading the Justice League comics myself, there were so many heroes. I thought the Justice League were just those 7 heroes: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Hawkgirl. I never even knew about Aquaman until I first watched Super Friends, and then hearing that Aquaman was a key member, one of the main 7 in the Justice League, I was like, oh, so that's how it started out. And from then on, I've been like a huge Justice League fanatic. That's why I'm more of a DC fan, but I love both sides as a whole. I love them both. Okay? And I'm currently reading the New 52 Justice League. This is the only New 52 title I'm reading, because I say it's the only series so far that hasn't had any errors at all, minus the Trinity War, but everything else has been solid. Alright, so before I say my number 1, let me say some honorable mentions. So, my first honorable mention is the Green Lantern Corps. Now, I wanted to put the Green Lantern Corps on this list, but all the members, the Earth members of the Green Lantern Corps, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Simon Baz, all 5 of them have been Justice League members. So it does make sense for me to keep this as an honorable mention. And plus, green is my favorite color, so I had to give them an honorable mention. Next, another honorable mention, the Birds of Prey. Now, I don't know much about the Birds of Prey, except that I know Oracle created this group of mostly female superheroes to fight crime. You had Hawk and Dove, you had Huntress, Black Canary, Lady Blackhawk, Big Barda, Katana, and it was a really good team of superheroes, and to display the femininity of women, showing that women, not only the guys can do good, but females as well. And this was a really good team that DC came up with. Alright, another honorable mention, the Suicide Squad. Now, the Suicide Squad is kind of mostly not it has heroes and villains. So pretty much the villains are displayed as anti-heroes, and heroes are displayed as heroes. So the Suicide Squad was a good group of heroes, and I enjoyed them in Assault on Arkham. I haven't read much about their comics, but I know they're very well known, and you see them in other media, and plus we're getting that Suicide Squad movie this upcoming year in 2016, so I'm very looking forward to that. Next honorable mention, the X-Force. Now, the X-Force is probably, I would say that's my favorite subtle team of the X-Men because I love their suits, and plus they make Wolverine like the killer member, like the killer badass of this team. Like he really is like the killer badass of this team. Just look at him with that black suit and those red eyes. It works for him. That's all I gotta say. Next honorable mention, the Nova Corps. Now, I don't know much about the Nova Corps, but the Nova Corps is really, really cool. I feel like Nova, the hero itself, should get its own movie. I loved how they introduced them in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I still say Nova, the superhero, should appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He should. And they're a really good team. And my last honorable mention is the Defenders, which is like a subtle team of the Avengers. And this was the second team the Hulk was a part of. You had Hulk, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Namor, Thor. The Defenders have been around for a very long time. I mean, they're not displayed as much in media or anything, but they're a really good team of superheroes. And now, for my number one team, everyone probably already saw this coming, the Avengers. Now, I gotta say this. I was introduced to the Avengers at a young age. I first heard about them in that show, The Avengers United They Stand, and I saw Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Tigra, Falcon, so many others, but my favorite thing about the Avengers was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero. The art style in that show was brilliant, the stories were excellent, every single moment of that show was beautiful, and plus we also gotta give credit to the Avenger films, Age of Ultron and the Avengers. Both films were excellent. I feel like both of those films should be Oscar nominated, but they've been only Oscar nominated for special effects, but I feel like they deserve better than that. But hey, I'm not a professional critic. But anyway, the Avengers, like I said, they've been around since the same time as the X-Men, since 1963. You had pretty much almost every single hero in the Marvel Universe has been an Avenger. I started out with Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Wasp, Giant Man, Hawkeye, Black Panther, and you have others like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Namor, Red Hulk, Vision, Thing, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and there's so many more. So I had to put the Avengers as number one on this list because they've been such an amazing team and a wide variety of heroes and some villains alike. Because some former villains actually became members of the Avengers. But that's what I gotta say. So anyway, that's my top 10 superhero teams. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section down below what are your top 10 favorite superhero teams. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden.